G'day guys, and welcome to today's Aussie adventure. After a few hectic weeks of medical procedures and going between specialists and things, Karen and myself decided to hook the van up and get away for a night and go up Point Plummer. We'd never been there, so we thought we'd go and check it out just for a night. Our plan was to cross the ferry and head up Plummer Road, which runs parallel to the beach. However, upon getting onto the ferry, we talked to a local beside us, and he said, "Where are you guys headed?" And we told him we're headed up the Point Plummer, and he goes, "Which way are you going?" And I said I was going to take the Plummer Road. He looked at me and said, "There's no way we'd get our truck up there with the van on the back." He tried it on a four-wheeler, and they couldn't make it to the end. And they said there's no way you're going to be able to turn around. So our plan changed. We had to take the long way, and we ended up on I think it's Mararu River Road.
This is interesting. First time taking the caravan across on the ferry. They're pulling it up, back up, I think.
With our plans changing after leaving the ferry, instead of going right to Plummer Road, we had to take a left onto the bitumen. That takes us up to Mararu River Road. Mararu River Road is a gravel road for the majority of it. The road itself, it wasn't too bad. There was a few sections that really were quite full on and walking pace only, so it took us a little bit longer to get to our destination. However, it is quite a scenic drive. There's quite a lot of changes in the landscape with wetlands and things like that. There was also some what looked like crops to us, but we had no idea. They sort of looked like a pine tree, but like Christmas. But they weren't. If anyone knows what they were, yeah, leave a comment. It's here is what we're talking about. Like, it's crop. It's not just natural wetlands. So it'd be really interesting if anyone knows what that is. But anyways, this is Mararu River Road. Like I said, it is dusty. It is a little bit corrugated, and there is a couple of spots where it does get very, very hectic. But it's still worth the drive, you know. Yeah, very, very scenic drive. So this part of the track, we decided to get out and just go for a bit of a walk. As you can see, potholes are absolutely everywhere. Now the wheelbase the wheel width of the car and the caravan totally different. Didn't matter what I did and what line I took, she was potholes. So this was like walking pace only. However, the guys are grading it, so there's only one little section there, but the guys are grading it, and I expect the road to be in a lot better shape next time it gets travelled. But it's good to see that they're out there and maintaining the roads. Yeah, keeps our cars and vans together in one piece. Now, the Mararu River Road is not the quickest to get to Point Plummer. However, it is the more scenic route. It is dusty. You do get dust through everything. However, you do get to see a lot of different countryside, whether it be wetlands or scrubby bush or whatever. So it is the more scenic route, but it's the much longer route. At the end of the road, we actually hook a right onto Crescent Head Road, as we do have to go through the town. You can, like I said, get to Point Plummer by going down the freeway, and you'll knock at least an hour off your travel time. However, like I said, that is the more scenic route. Just be aware that, you know, the speed limits do change, and it's quite slow going through Crescent Head. But yeah, it's one of those things that I will never get used to. Is you'll go through your little coastal town, and all of a sudden you'll take a road and it'll open up to a beach like this, and it doesn't matter, even that on the coast, see that, it puts a smile on my face. It's just wonderful, and it's just good to get away, even if it is only for a night, especially the places you've never been before. But we're almost there, almost at the camps. We come across some wildlife, one being a little goanna here.
There he is.
He skittled across the road pretty quickly, so just had to slow down for him. The road from Crescent Head into Point Plummer Campground is pretty good. It is, but most of it is tarred, so it's not bad getting in there. Once you do get into the campground though, again, you've got to slow right down. This campground seemed to have a lot of people in it, and we went for one night midweek outside of school holiday period. But it was a great little campsite. If I was to compare it with Diamond Head would beat this hands down. But this still is a lovely spot. Once we check in at the check-in spot, then we set up and go for a beach drive.
Campground office. So I'll just show you where that is. A little panorama. So you see that little shed there? Just next to the toilets in the background. That little white shed is where the office is, so you just check in there on arrival.
So after checking out at the office and a quick little break, we made the decision that we'd go for a drive along the beach and check it out. Which is the entrance to the beach is a little bit south of the campground. Very easy to find on a map. However, I will warn you that the sand here was, on the day we were there, it was extremely soft. I went down to 18 psi. We got away with it at 18, so it was okay. But it was really soft. It was also high tide, so we didn't have a lot of beach to play with. If you listen carefully, you can hear the squeaking of the tyres, and anyone who's driven beaches can see that, yeah, this is quite soft stuff. So yeah, if you are going to go onto the beach up that northern end, definitely let your tyres down and turn your traction control aids off and things like that. We didn't venture too far. We didn't have a lot of beach to play with, so what we did is we done a bit of a turnaround here and headed back north. And there is a signpost back north, and you're not allowed to take your vehicles past that. Google Earth shows cars parked right up the other end, but I wasn't going to risk it. So we decided to go up to the furthest point we could legally, and then decided to get the drone out and see what we could see. For the first time, I think in one of the frames I actually saw some fish, so keep your eye out for that. But again, drone footage always gives a totally different perspective on the whole area and what's going on. It's amazing stuff. So enjoy the drone footage. After the drone footage, we head off back to camp, and Karen goes for a bit of a walk. After relaxing on the beach for a while, we decided we'd head back up through the soft sand and get back to the caravan. The sand, as I said before, is very soft. The car did start to bog down a little bit in one area, but just gently our way. But I didn't go flooring it. Maybe a bit more momentum might have been better, but I just figured take it easy and see how we go. But we managed to get through it fine. Again, it all comes down to getting those tyre pressures down. It really helps you out a lot. Once we got back to camp, I decided I'd sit down and have a beer while Karen went for a little bit of a wander around. She went for a walk around the campgrounds itself and also went for a walk and found a private little beach. But here I am sitting down having a beer and letting Karen go off on her own.
Little shop. As you can see, you can come in. Signs about dingoes and wildlife. And just what to do, do's and don'ts. There's our camp set up. Beach closed to recreational vehicles. Vehicles permitted on extreme southern end of beach for boat launching and retrieval purposes. Licensed professional fishermen accepted. Here is the boat ramp. Plummer Beach. Right. Quite sure where to go. It looks like it goes to nothing, that path, so I will choose the path with the sand. So this is a second beach that apparently, we'll just wait and see when we get there, that the campground has access to. Not too far. Right, here we go. We'll see what we can find. And what's that hole? Right. Ooh, getting close. Wait for a bit. Thinking that this is lovely. Oh, this is gorgeous. It's a lot cooler too. Nice. A lot more private. Wow, cool. Ah, this is wonderful. Look to myself. This is awesome. Look at this. It's not far from the campground at all. 100 metres. Wow. How cool is this? See that? Something scooted across there. There's another little mini cave. Nice. All the colours here. All different kinds of rocks, all different colours. Plants. It's pretty cool. Very volcanic looking.